If you're day trading a market, what is the best time frame to use? Now, it sounds like a bit of a trick question because if you're day trading the market, you want to use a very short time frame because you want to see every single candle. You want to know what's going on. But actually, you know what? I don't think it's as simple as that. You're actually better off using a variety of different time frames. Let's use the DAX as an example. A great trading vehicle, something that I've traded for many years. I keep coming back to it. I traded it very actively during 2008, not so much in 2003, but more in 2008, 2009. Came away from it, come back to it. I always watch it, look at it every day to see what's going on. It's a great day trading vehicle, along with some of the other indices. But let's just use an example. This could be anything. Okay, first of all, the first thing you're doing is you're looking at the daily chart. Where are we on the daily chart? So if we're just using this as an example, we're going to say, okay, I know that we've got a bit of resistance up here, and I know that that's something I've got to be aware of. So that's your immediate thing. That's the where you are in the vicinity of the day if you're coming to this market tomorrow. That's the not main area. Yes, you've got some below, but the likelihood of us moving down 500 points in a day are pretty slim. So that's your job done on your daily chart. And you look at it and you say it's a range, and actually it's a really key level, that high level. If we break that, then things are going to get more interesting. Then you move down to something like an hourly. You look at your hourly, and I always like to put to see what each individual day is doing. Now, by the way, this is not just the cash session of DAX. This is the whole morning futures period and afternoon period as well. But that's personal preference. I like to look at both to get a feel for what's going on. I look at the 1 hour chart, and I can immediately see some more things. I can immediately see that here is a big key level here. It was a big support for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and it may well become resistance again. If we can get a push back up to that level at some point, which is not unfeasible, then that will be a level that I'll be looking at tomorrow if I were to be trading this, and actually it will be well within the expected daily range of the DAX. And that's something else that's very important. If you're day trading a specific index or specific product, specific market, you should know that market inside out. But we'll do that in another video. Let's just talk a little bit about charts in this one. Another thing I'll be looking at is saying, listen, I can visually see that we've got some support here. And you know what? You've been prepared for it. Okay, it was back several weeks ago, but it came into play today. And if you were trading it today and you were looking at that market, you were prepared, which you would not have seen if you were just looking at a 5-minute chart or a 1-minute chart. You've got it marked down, you know where that level is, and it becomes key level as you've seen today. So already we're starting to build a bit of a framework. Then I like to go to a 15. Hourly and 15 are very, very similar. But for me, a 15, I can put a few more days on, but I get a little bit more of a bit more interesting depth of what's happened the past few days or the past week. But you know what? There's no right or wrong. It just depends on getting all the information that you need. You know what? If you're in fresh territory above new highs, you're not going to need to put an hourly chart in because you know full well that last week any candles are going to be well away. So you're going to be more focused on a shorter time frame. It's just getting all the information you need as quickly as you can and being prepared. So now I'm on a 15-minute chart. I start to open up a little bit more information. And I know, you know what, I look at it and I think actually a 5 is going to be better here because of the situation we're in. So I'll move to a 5 because I just want to see, and I'll zoom in a little bit if we can here. I just want to see exactly what's going on. Just bear with me because my mouse is, there we go. I'm on a trackpad, guys, on my MacBook, so it's a little bit tricky sometimes. I've got my mouse, but it's just out of reach. Okay, 5-minute chart. You can start to see a little bit more clearly now what's going on. Now I can see there's a really big level here. I'm going to knock that down. It's not as big as some of the daily levels that we've got, but it's a key level from the prior day. And we've just touched it as well in after hours now. So that then becomes something I'm looking at. Then I start to say to myself, well, actually, you know, we've got a pretty big gap from here to there. I'm starting to build a bigger picture. Now I've got those levels. Now I've got the picture of what's going on. I'll go down to my 1 minute. Okay, and then what I'll do is, if I'm looking to trade, I'll only look to get involved with the market at the open, if it's particularly active, at the low, at the high, at the prior day's low, at the prior day's high, and at those key levels that we marked off. And that way you're not getting involved in any chop intraday, trying to avoid that lunchtime window, just looking for those sweet spots where there's good to be some action. Because you're either going to get a break through these levels or you're going to get a reversal. So recap, the open, the good hour at the open, maybe half an hour. The prior day's close, the prior day's high, the prior day's low, the current high, the current low. Then that gives you a nice framework to work around. You can focus on trading around those levels and avoid that over trading. Anyway, take care, guys. Speak to you soon.